Fire in the hole! Let's cook some Italian food. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my backyard once again. I got an amazing recipe for you this week. You're going to love it. This comes to us from my buddy Dan Robertson, Mr. Smoky Goodness. And what happened was I went on the Facebook page I'm a part of with some other YouTubers called YouTube Cooks, and I asked them for some ideas for recipes. And Dan stepped up to the plate with this one. It's an awesome recipe. We're going to do some stuffed shells with crab meat. So I got my cast iron pan on the fire getting hot. I'm going to throw some Sang stir fry oil in there. You know all about Sang stir fry oil. I hope you do by now. Anyway, you should. I talk about it enough. It's got the beautiful garlic flavor and the high temperature cooking capabilities of a stir fry oil, all wrapped into one bottle. So there we go with that. First thing we're going to do is throw in some small onion, diced up. Small diced Vidalia onion. We're going to saute that up. Then we got some celery, diced celery, and some diced green bell pepper. Now you know that as the Holy Trinity, the Cajun Holy Trinity, but this is not Cajun food. This is Italian food. So to make it Italian, what we're going to do is throw in some garlic. We got about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic we're going to throw in there. We're going to sweat those veggies down and get them in a bowl, and I'll show you what we're going to do after that. So stick with me, stay tuned. It's going to be good. The veggies have been sweated down. I got them in my mixing bowl, and to that we're going to add some crab meat. I've got some lump crab meat, about 8 ounces of lump crab meat, and I've got 8 ounces of claw crab meat. The claw crab meat costs about half as much as the lump crab meat. You know, crab meat's kind of expensive because, you know, it has to be hand picked. And the claw meat tastes just as good as the lump crab meat, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to get that mixed in like that. Fold it into the veggies like so. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now we didn't season up these this mixture yet, so we're going to have to put some kind of seasoning in there. And I think the best seasoning for Italian food, in my opinion, is Tango Spice Rome is burning. So we're going to put a good heaping tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, maybe 2 tablespoons of Rome is burning in there. Tango Spice. That's the best Italian seasoning you can get, in my opinion. In fact, it's so good, I think I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And don't be put off by the name. It's not that hot. It is hot. What's he got on here? Medium. On the heat scale, I'm going to put another teaspoon or more in there. That stuff is so amazing. It's making my mouth water just thinking about it. Okay, so we got that mixed up in there with the crab meat and the veggies. And to that we're going to add some cheese. We've got some ricotta cheese. Now you're going to want to say ricotta, but it's not ricotta, it's ricotta. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of ricotta cheese in there. It's a kind of maybe a little bit more. It's a kind of an Italian cottage cheese, ricotta. And we're going to fold that into the crab meat mixture. And ricotta is what you find in like raviolis or cannelloni or maybe manicotti. You'll find ricotta cheese in that. But we're also going to add some to this mixture, this amazing mixture that we got going here. With the ricotta, we're going to put some mozzarella. And when you say ricotta or you say mozzarella, you got to make your hand like this. You got to say mozzarella, ricotta. You got to pronounce it right. You're going to be Italian or you're going to be a gringo. You got to make up your mind. So we're going to put about, I don't know, half a cup of mozzarella cheese in there and mix that all in. Yeah, that looks good already. Looks good enough to eat. Let's get that all mixed in, and we'll come back and we'll stuff our shells. So, stay tuned. I got my tray out here and I got my pasta shells, which I've already parboiled. I'm going to take some of my favorite spaghetti sauce, which is Eddie spaghetti sauce. We're going to put some of that in the bottom of the pan, like that. Spread it around a little bit with a spoon, maybe a different spoon. Take this spoon and spread it in the bottom of the pan like that. Hope you can see that. Looks pretty good already. And then we're going to take our shells, our pasta shells, and stuff them with our crab meat mixture, like so. Holding it over the crab meat mixture so that we don't lose any of it. We don't want to lose a precious bit of that crab meat. We'll get our shells stuffed up and lay them in the pan like that. There's one. Let's get another one done in case you fell asleep. Just in case you fell asleep, I'm doing another one. Here's number 2 of our shells. Let's do one more. One more. You see what I'm going with this, right? I don't have to bore you with this, do I? We're going to get these in the pan, get them packed up tight. We want to fill this pan up with these stuffed shells, and then I'll get that done. I'll bring you right back and show you what we're going to do. I got my shells all stuffed up with crab meat. What we're going to do now is take some of that Eddie Spaghetti sauce. I don't know if you got a good look at that label, Eddie Spaghetti. And we're going to spoon some sauce on top of that. That's good stuff, man. I'm not lying. I wish you could all buy this because it's a local. He's a local business right now. He's trying to go national, but so far he hasn't got anybody to pick him up. But someday he will. We're going to spoon out the rest of that sauce on top of the crab meat shells, like so. I'm going to get some more mozzarella. Did I say mozzarella? Mozzarella. And we're going to smother the top of that with mozzarella cheese. Shredded mozzarella cheese. Going to cover it. This is going to be one cheesy, goopy mess. Let me tell you what, but talk about good food. This is good food. Dan, this is a killer recipe, dude. You should patent it. You should call this the Dan Robertson Special. Open a restaurant and just serve this all day long. Crab meat stuffed shells. Man, these are amazing. Let me tell you what. If you and Eddie Spaghetti could get together and somehow work out a deal, I don't know, maybe you could make up trays of this and freeze it. I'm sure it would sell. No doubt about it. So we get the mozzarella on top there. And what I'm going to do now is put that on the grill. I'm going to cover it with foil. Because this really isn't a grilling recipe per se. This is kind of an oven baking recipe. So I'm using my grill as an oven. And we're going to put that on top of the grill and let it cook for about, I'll spin it around to get even cooking. And we'll let it cook for about 30 minutes. And that'll be just enough time for us to drink a beer. So stay tuned. Meine Damen und Herren, here's the star of the show, the Frosty Root Boy mug, rapidly defrosting, and here's today's beer. This is Elysian Super Fuzz. You know who might like that? Lyle, because he used to have a hairdo like that back in the 60s. Anyway, Elysian Super Fuzz is a blood orange pale ale. And one of my favorite beers in the whole world is a blood orange IPA made by Funky Buddha. So that's the beer that I measure all other pale ales by, or all other blood orange pale ales. So let's pour this out, see what it looks like. Okay, it's not doing so good so far because, well, it's okay. It's okay, but if you look at the Funky Buddha, you know, see the color of that? Oh boy, look at that. It's got some stuff floating in it. It must be like, what do you call that? It's not filtered. See how it's got stuff floating in it? It's got maybe orange peel floating in it. Anyway, yeah, look at that. What the hell was that? I have no idea. Something fell. Oh well. Okay, it was nothing big deal, just a pot in the pan background. Anyway, yeah, Elysian Super Fuzz. And we're going to take a sniff of that right now. Let's take a sniff. It's a pretty cool looking beer. Ah, it smells great. It smells like an IPA, and it's got, I can smell the blood orange in it. So yeah, we're doing great with that. Let's take a taste of it. Let's quaff the froth off it. Roll. What do you think? I gotta say, it's very good. It's not as good as the Funky Buddha, but it's excellent. Excellent beer. Elysian Super Fuzz. Check out the dude's hairdo. That's Lyle. That's my buddy Lyle right there. Okay, let's take a taste of our crab stuffed pasta. Stay tuned. So I plated up some of those shells for myself here. I'm gonna take a taste of that. Cut off a bit of that. Crab stuffed pasta. Don't that look good? Oh yeah, I can't wait to eat that in my mouth. Oh man. You know I say this every time, but number one, Dan, this is outstanding. And number two, I really hooked it up. I say that every time, but I really did. This is a great recipe. Dan, thank you for the recipe. And I hope you try this. It's amazing. That Tango Spice really makes it rock. Let me tell you what, and that crab meat is delicious. Crab meat, boy, I love it. Can't get enough of it. Anyway, that's my video, babies. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go up here in the iCard and see a dude, Stone Mountain Barbecue. He's a new guy, got about 500 subscribers, needs some more. Go check him out. Maybe he's making some cool videos, you never know. And in the meantime, I'll put a link in the description to Dan's original recipe so you can compare his to mine. See which one you like better. Definitely give this a try. You're gonna love it. I guarantee it. Even the kids will love it. Even if they say they don't like crab meat, tell them to just try this. Just try this. If you don't like this, I'll eat your hat. Awesome. Anyway, that's my video, babies. Thanks again, Dan Robertson. Cool recipe, dude. I'll be doing some more recipes from the suggestions that I got on Facebook. And this is just the first of them. We got suggestions from Christy and from a couple of other people on Facebook. I'm going to run through all of their suggestions sooner or later. In the meantime, come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And this Super Fuzz is not too bad. Even though it's got pieces of orange floating in it, I still like it. Good beer. Okay, babies, we'll see you next week. Bye.